Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first one of the security, privacy, and news about threats that are out there. This is an important part of the channel Digital WasteLand because if you are not aware of what is going on and take precautions against it, your life could become a digital wasteland. Today, we have become so intertwined with the online experience. And in fact, we are, for most people, online 24/7, 365. Right? And with that comes issues that we have to contend with. And knowledge has always been power. Now, I was submitted a story today by a gentleman from Malaysia, like Muhammad Ali. He's a martial arts instructor, like I am, a Q-Show guy. But he submitted this to me because he knew I would be interested in it, because I had not seen this yet. eBay was breached about 2 weeks ago, and 145 million customers had their information compromised. 145 million. Well, Facebook can beat that, but that's beside the point. You need, if you're an eBay user, this is something you need to be aware of. For one thing, you need to have a strong password. And you also need to change the password regularly. Now, they are assuring that, now they discovered this breach 2 weeks ago. The breach was long before that, right? They are saying that a lot of personal information was compromised, such as name, address, phone numbers, and encrypted passwords, email addresses, mailing addresses, dates of birth, etc., etc. However, they state that no financial information was compromised, as it is stored on a secure, separate server. That doesn't mean anything. And this is the thing that people have to realize. They managed to get into an encrypted password database. And I would assume that the information for decrypting was also available to them, because otherwise having encrypted passwords means nothing unless you have the decrypt information. And that, of course, is stored on the website. When a website asks for asks for your password and they encrypt it, the algorithms to decrypt it are available on the website as well, because when you type in your password and it compares it to the database, that information has to be decrypted. Right? Now, it's nice for them to say that your PayPal account information is safe, and that if you're using a credit card, that information is safe. But to be perfectly honest with you, I would not believe that. This hack probably happened a substantial amount of time ago, and the very fact that they just discovered it shows you that they are not proactive about their websites and their IT setup to begin with, because companies fall into very lackadaisical attitudes when it comes to security, because they have to spend money on it, and spending money on it does not make their stockholders any money. Right? Now, everybody changes their opinions when something goes bad like this, and then they'll beef up security, and then they'll think they're safe again, and a little while later they'll get hacked. I don't know who did the hack, and not massively interested in it, but if you are an eBay user, get in there, change your password, and make sure you're safe. Now, something I will mention at this particular point in time, I'm just going to minimize this browser here, is that you need to make sure that you get into secure passwords. So in other words, no more of grandma's name and date of birth as passwords. Nothing dictionary searchable, right? And numbers alone are meaningless. You need a strong password with combinations of numbers, letters, special characters. And get yourself a password saver. Now, yesterday I did a video on Facebook, and we were talking about passwords, actually, in that one. And as I said in that, there was a research project done by Microsoft in Canada, where they worked with 2,000 Canadians between the ages, I believe it was between the ages of 20 and 30. It might have been 20 and 40, but I'm going to say 20 and 30 at this point in time. And what they discovered was this group of people's average attention span was 8 seconds. 8 seconds. Like, wow. That explains why marketing can be so difficult today. Because you've got roughly 2.5 seconds to catch somebody's attention. And then you need to keep their attention for about 30 seconds to get anywhere. Well, you can see, why it's very difficult in this day and age to keep people's attention. 8 seconds. But the appalling part was a goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. Think about that. So people will use easy to hack passwords because they can't remember complicated ones. Okay, you should be working on your memory. Right? That's one of the things I absolutely love about Linux is there's a huge learning curve to it if you want there to be. I mean, you can use it as just a straight out desktop and never open a command line, but you have the ability to get back to the days of DOS machines. And I ran DOS forever. I hated it when Windows came in. In fact, when Windows came in, I switched to OS 2, and I did pretty much everything from the OS 2 command line, even though it had a desktop. Because things work faster in the command line. And I am going to have tutorials on more advanced subjects in Linux for those who are interested in it. However, that being said, you need to get yourself a good password manager. I use KeePass 2, Keepass 2. There are many others you can use because if you're not going to remember the passwords, you've got to store them. And I suggest the passwords be stored locally, not in the cloud. There are cloud passwords, so you can access them on every device. I don't really suggest those because those tend to be of great interest to hackers. You can, however, if you wish to use it on a KeePass is available for your phone, you can always send the file to your phone and open it up on your phone, right? It depends how often you update your passwords, I suppose, as to whether or not you want to do it that way. KeePass does not have a cloud service. RoboForms, which is a really good password manager, does have a cloud service. But again, if you can avoid that, avoid that. And use this password manager religiously. And never use the same password for 2 sites. Now, as I say that, 2 or more sites, as I say that, I have a common password I use in a lot of places. However, these are the type of accounts that I don't really give a fat rat's ass if they get compromised, because there's no information there anyway. And if somebody can hack my Social Blade account, and that allows them to have the ability to read and take a look at my Right account, I don't care. There's nothing there. The only thing they're going to get out of that is my email, and my email address is not hard to find because it's all over my websites. So that to me isn't irrelevant. Now, that's a bad practice, right? But the places that would lead them nowhere anyway, because I have deeper levels of security. So anyways, this particular playlist that we've got here is going to be for about news about your privacy and your security, and to keep you up to date on various things that are going on online. And we'll usually focus on news articles, etc. But away we go from here. Thanks for watching, guys, and we will catch you in the next video. Ciao.